So this exercise 2.2, we are going to test buffers. So we are going to work with a buffered solution and a non-buffered solution, then add acid to both of them, and then a base to both of them, and see if there's a pH change. So here's how we go about it. So follow in your exercise. So here's the non-buffered solution, which is distilled water. I'm filling well number 1 half full and well number 2 as well, half full. Then I'm adding this non-buffered, this is the buffered solution. I'm adding it to well number 3, half full, and well number 4, half full. So wells 3 and 4 contain the buffered solution, 1 and 2 non-buffered. I'm going to take the initial pH, and you will note the initial pH up here for all of these. So I need to take for 1 and 2, I need to take it only in one of them. I don't need to, the pH will remain the same. So here, and if we look up here, you can see that this is the initial pH for the non-buffered solution. Then let's look at the initial pH for the buffered solution. So I'm going to put it in well number 3. And here is the initial pH. So we'll keep these strips here. Then I'm going to add hydrochloric acid, about 2 or 3 drops to wells number 1, 3, and well number 3. So I've added the hydrochloric acid to the non-buffered and the buffered solution. And then I'm going to add sodium hydroxide, a base, to wells 2, again, and 4. And then I'm going to measure the pH again. So now I'm going to take the pH in well number 1, where I added the hydrochloric acid, and the color is up here, and if we compare it to the initial pH, you can see it has changed. So I'm going to show you the color again. So notice, so compare here. Then I'm going to take this and compare it for well number 3, where I added the hydrochloric acid to the buffered solution. And up here, notice between the two, the change is slight. You can see it's very slight. Then I'm going to take the strip and add it to the non-buffered and the sodium hydroxide, the alkaline solution. And here you can see the change, and you can compare it to the original. And let's do the same with the buffered solution and the sodium hydroxide. And look at the pH. And if you see here, notice these 3 look pretty similar, and you can see this is the original. You can see these different. So that concludes this activity.